First story, the engine that wouldn't die. I always loved night rides. Something about the dark highway, the wind roaring past my helmet, the rhythm of the engine beneath me, it gave me peace. My name's Jake, and I've been riding bikes since I was 16. Now, at 32, I had logged more miles on two wheels than most people do in cars their whole lives. But nothing could have prepared me for what happened on Route 76 just outside Pine Hollow, Pennsylvania. It started like any normal ride. I had just finished a long shift at the auto shop in Harrisburg and wanted to clear my head before heading home. So I took the back roads, winding through the woods where the air was cooler and the stars looked like pinpricks in a blanket of ink. I had done this route dozens of times. But this night wasn't like the others. I first noticed the sound when I passed the old Sinclair gas station, the one that had been boarded up since the late 90s. A clicking noise, almost metallic, coming from behind me. I thought it was my chain or maybe the exhaust rattling, so I pulled over to check. Everything was fine, but the noise didn't stop. It was getting louder. That's when I looked in my mirrors. There was nothing there. No cars, no animals, no wind even. Just the low hum of my engine and that damn clicking. I turned off the bike, silence, completely still, and then footsteps. Heavy, slow, crunching footsteps on the gravel behind me. I spun around, flashlight in hand, heart thudding. No one, not a soul. But when I turned back to my bike, the headlight flickered, then died. My phone had no signal, not even a flicker. I tried starting the bike again, but the engine wouldn't catch. Then the headlight flickered back on by itself, glowing red. I'm not kidding, red. That's when I heard it. A voice, garbled, mechanical, whispering through the static of the bike's intercom. "You rode too far, Jake." I backed away. The bike, it started on its own. The throttle twisted itself, revving into a scream. Then it launched forward without me, burning rubber and vanishing down the road like a bullet. I was left in the dark, stunned, alone. I walked for miles that night, back toward town, jumping at every noise. I didn't see another vehicle for what felt like hours. When I finally reached a diner on the edge of Pine Hollow, I rushed inside. The waitress looked at me like she'd seen a ghost. "You okay, hon? You look like death." I told her about my bike, how it acted on its own, how it spoke. She got real quiet. Then she asked, "What kind of bike was it?" "A 99 Harley Dyna, black." She looked even paler. "You're kidding." "No." "Why?" "There was a guy back in the early 2000s, lived around here. Jake, just like you. Same bike, same look. He died on Route 76, crashed near the Sinclair station. Folks say his bike still rides that road, looking for him." I didn't believe it, until I got home the next day and found the Harley in my garage. I swear I left it miles away. The tank was still hot and etched into the side, barely visible unless the light hit just right. You rode too far. Second story, Blacktop whispers under the Arizona moon. I've been riding motorcycles since I was 15. There's something about the way the road hums beneath you, like a whisper just for you alone. But some whispers you shouldn't listen to, especially not the ones that follow you deep into the desert. Last summer, I left Phoenix just after midnight. I was headed to visit an old army buddy in Benson, Arizona. Nearly 3 hours through open desert, I took my 99 Harley Softail and packed light. Some tools, a few energy drinks, and a loaded 4-5 in my saddlebag. Desert roads at night can get strange. Around 1 in the morning, halfway between Tucson and Benson, I passed a town that wasn't on any map. No road sign, no gas station, just a single glowing diner sign that flickered as I passed. Marlene's. Something in my gut told me to keep going, but the fuel gauge begged otherwise. I pulled in. The lot was empty except for one dusty red pickup. The diner looked straight out of the 50s. Neon buzzed like bees in your ear. I parked and went inside. The moment I stepped through the door, the air changed. It felt heavier. There was a woman behind the counter. She wore a faded uniform and had that stiff beehive hairdo. Her name tag said, Marlene. She smiled like she hadn't done it in decades. "Sit anywhere, honey." I took a stool at the counter. The menu was dusty, but I ordered coffee. The place was dead silent. No music, no kitchen sounds, just the flicker of fluorescent lights and that buzzing neon. Then she said something weird. "Long road ahead, huh?" Hope you're not headed past mile marker 66, I paused. Why? Her eyes shifted, and her voice got lower. Road ghosts, they follow the lonely ones. I laughed nervously. You believe in that stuff? Marlene didn't blink. You will. She turned and walked through the kitchen door. I waited. 5 minutes. 10. No coffee, no sound. I called out, but no answer. I left a 5 on the counter and got out of there. Back on the road, I rode harder, faster. My headlamp cut the darkness like a knife. Then, just past a rusted sign for mile marker 66, my bike sputtered. Gas tank read half full. I coasted to the shoulder and killed the engine. Silence. Then I heard it. A whisper. It wasn't wind. It wasn't insects. It was words. My name. Josh. I pulled my gun. Nothing but sand and saguaros. I walked around the bike, heart racing. Then I saw it, a figure in the distance, right in the middle of the road, dressed in leather, helmet on, unmoving. I shouted, "You okay?" No answer. I stepped closer. 10 feet. 5. It was me. The jacket, the boots, even the damn scar above the eyebrow. He didn't move. I reached to lift the helmet. My hand passed right through him. I stumbled back. The figure shimmered and vanished. The whispers returned. I jumped on the bike and hit the starter. Nothing. Dead. I heard tires crunching behind me. A car? I turned. Nothing. Then the whispers turned to screams from all directions, surrounding me. Josh, don't look back! I ran down the road, adrenaline pushing me. I didn't look back. Lights appeared ahead, a pair of headlights. A truck. I waved like crazy. It stopped. An old man in a sheriff's uniform rolled down the window. Son, you okay? I nodded, breathless. Bike died. Something weird happened back there. He squinted at me. Back where? I pointed. Mile 66, past that old diner. His face drained. You saw Marlene? Yeah, he stepped out. That diner burned down in 97, gas leak. Marlene and 2 others died in the fire. No one goes near that stretch. You should count yourself lucky. We drove back together. No diner, no pickup truck, no mile marker 66, just empty desert. Back in Phoenix, I checked the highway logs. That diner had indeed burned down almost 30 years ago. But here's the part that still gets me. A week later, I checked the saddlebags of my Harley. Inside, right next to the 45, was a steaming, untouched cup of diner coffee. And on the lid was scrawled, "You listened." Third story, Midnight Throttle, the screams beneath Route 71. I've ridden highways most people wouldn't dare drive in daylight. But what happened last fall near the old Route 71 outside Wilburn, Texas, that was different. That wasn't just a bad ride. That was something evil. It started with a call from an old friend, Jake. He was a biker too. We used to ride together all across the South, but he settled down in Wilburn a few years back. That night, he called me panicked. "Man, I need your help. Just get here. Fast, please." He hung up before I could ask what was wrong. I was already riding solo through Texas, so I figured I could detour. The night was quiet, too quiet. My Harley rumbled down the asphalt like a heartbeat. When I reached Route 71, my GPS started to flicker, then die. Fine. I didn't need it. I knew Wilburn was close. But the road, it kept stretching. No signs, no exits. Just 2 yellow lines and black nothing on either side. Suddenly, fog. Thick, white, alive. It crawled across the road, swirling unnaturally. I slowed, headlights barely cutting through it. That's when I saw her, a woman in a white dress, standing in the middle of the road. "Hey!" I yelled. She didn't move. I swerved, tires screeching. But when I looked back, she was gone. I chalked it up to exhaustion. Kept riding, but something changed. The air got colder. My engine started coughing. And behind me I heard it, a faint sound at first, then louder, screaming, not one voice, dozens, hundreds, like a choir of pain chasing me down. I punched the throttle, 80, 90. The screaming kept pace. My mirrors reflected darkness. Not the road, not my taillight, just black, shifting shapes. Then lights. I saw Wilburn ahead, but it didn't look right. No street lamps, no signs of life, just a gas station flickering under a buzzing neon cross. I pulled in, engine dying as I coasted to a stop. Jake's bike was there, parked untouched. I ran inside, empty, shelves covered in dust, slushy machines still whirring, a radio playing static. "Jake!" I shouted. Then a thud behind me. Jake stood there, or what used to be him, skin pale, eyes black as oil. "Too late," he whispered. Behind him, the fog seeped in through the cracks of the building. And from it, shapes, human but wrong, twisted, screaming. I turned and bolted, jumped on my bike. It wouldn't start. The screaming got closer. "Please!" I shouted, banging the tank. Engine roared to life. I rode, fast as hell. Didn't care about the road, didn't look back. The fog chased me for miles, until I crossed a bridge and the night cleared like nothing happened. Morning light burned my eyes. Birds chirped. My GPS flicked back on. But the map didn't show any Route 71 or Wilburn. I tried calling Jake again. "The number you've dialed has been disconnected." I checked online. No Wilburn, Texas. No town, no record. But I know what I saw. I know what chased me. And every now and then, I hear it again. When I ride too far into nowhere. The screaming, getting closer. Fourth story. The last ride through Widow's Pass. They say there's a stretch of highway in northern Arizona called Widow's Pass, just west of the town of Ash Hollow. Most riders avoid it, even the locals. They whisper stories about bikers who disappear, their engines echoing in the night long after they're gone. I never believed any of that crap. I thought it was just bar talk. Until last September, when I rode through it myself. I was headed from Flagstaff to Vegas, making a solo run after a 3-day rally. I liked riding alone, just me, my bike, and the wind tearing past my helmet. I left late, around dusk. The sun dipped low behind the desert cliffs, casting long shadows over the road. That's when I saw the sign. Widow's Pass, next 10 miles. Didn't think twice. I cracked the throttle, engine roaring like thunder. The first few miles were uneventful, just dry rock and the occasional prickly bush. But then, things got weird. My speedometer flickered. The air went cold, unnaturally cold for desert night. And then I saw her, a woman, standing on the side of the road, dressed in black. Pale, still, staring right at me. I swerved, almost lost control. When I looked back, she was gone. I told myself I imagined it, kept riding, another mile. Then she was in the middle of the road. I slammed the brakes, tires screaming. She didn't move, didn't blink, just raised one bony finger and pointed behind me. I turned my head, nothing there. When I looked back, she was gone again. Now I was rattled. My heart thumped hard. The desert stretched on, silent. Then I noticed something else. No stars, no moon, no wind, just a heavy, suffocating silence. I sped up, gripping the bars tighter. Then my headlight flickered and died. Darkness swallowed me. I could barely see, just enough to stay on the road. Then the engine sputtered, coughed, died. I coasted to a stop. Total black, no lights, no sounds. Then I heard her voice, soft, like a whisper in my ear. "You shouldn't have come." I jumped off the bike, flashlight in hand, shaking. I swept the beam around, nothing. Then the light caught something, a figure standing in the road behind me. Closer now, her eyes glowed white. Her mouth was sewn shut with black thread. I ran, dropped the light, just ran. But the road, it never ended. Every time I thought I saw a turn, it looped back. I was trapped. Then I heard it, my bike's engine, roaring. I turned and saw it riding toward me. No one on it, full speed. I dove off the road. It zoomed past, tires burning. Then it stopped, dead silent. The woman stood behind it, her finger still raised. This time, she pointed at me. Suddenly, the ground split open beneath me. I fell into blackness, screaming, endless falling. Then, I woke up, in a hospital bed. A nurse said a trucker found me wandering the desert, babbling about ghosts and black-eyed women. But here's the thing. My bike? They never found it. And sometimes when I close my eyes, I still hear the engine, getting closer. Fifth story. Deadman's loop never ends. It started like any other ride. The sun had just dipped below the ridgeline west of Rattlesnake Pass, casting long blue shadows across the 2-lane blacktop. I was somewhere between El Paso and nowhere, chewing up the last few miles before I'd hit the diner I always stopped at, Marla's, near a town called Bender Hollow. I ride solo, always have. Just me, my 96 Harley Softail, and the desert wind. That night the wind was strange though. Hot like breath, like something was breathing on the back of my neck. I chalked it up to the heat. July in West Texas can feel like hell's doorstep. About 10 miles out from the diner, I saw the sign, Deadman's Loop, 1 mile. I've ridden this road 100 times. There ain't no Deadman's Loop. I slowed down, squinting, thinking maybe someone put up a prank sign. But the road, it curved. A hard left I didn't remember. I should have kept going. God help me. I should have kept going. The road narrowed, the asphalt cracked and bleeding dust, cactus growing through the seams like veins. I revved the throttle to punch through the weirdness, but my bike stuttered. Not died, just coughed, like it was choking on something. Up ahead, headlights. A beat-up Chevy Nova sat idling on the side of the loop, door wide open. Nobody inside. I slowed, stopped. "Hey!" I called. Nothing. That's when I saw the motorcycle. Or what was left of it. Torn saddle, gas tank crumpled like a beer can, rusted license plate swinging in the breeze. Texas 1977. A cold sweat broke over me. I looked up, and the sky wasn't the same anymore. No stars. Just this swirling violet-black mist. It pulsed like a bruise. My head spun. I turned my bike around and hit the gas. The loop didn't end. I kept riding, kept turning, but every mile brought me back to the same broken Nova. The same wrecked bike. The same damn loop. That's when I saw her. A woman. Pale, long black hair like ink spilled in water, standing in the middle of the road. She was barefoot, smiling, bloody. I swerved, almost dumped the Harley, screamed something I don't remember. When I looked back, she was gone. Only her voice remained. "You saw the sign?" I rode faster, harder, tried every shortcut I remembered, but it all led back, every path, every damn turn. The loop kept twisting. The Nova started rusting before my eyes. One lap it had a windshield, the next it was smashed, then gone entirely. I rode past skeletons of trees that hadn't been there before. A fence with barbed wire twisted into shapes I swear were words. "Go back!" But I couldn't. I stopped to breathe. My odometer said I'd ridden 86 miles. Deadman's loop was less than 5. Then came the tapping. On my helmet, from inside. I ripped it off, nothing there. But I heard it again, closer. A whisper. "One more ride." Then I saw the sign again. Deadman's Loop, 1 mile. Like I'd never even started. I don't know how long I've been here. Sometimes the wrecked motorcycle is mine, sometimes it's not. Sometimes I see myself standing beside it. Sometimes I'm the one in the Nova. I scream, I ride, I scream again. But the loop never ends.